What is poppin', YouTube? Jerry Jeudy just got traded from the Denver Broncos to the Cleveland Browns, adding in some more wide receiver help for Deshaun Watson. So we're going to be talking some instant analysis, talking through some instant dynasty implications for all the assets that are currently involved. Starting it off with Jerry Jeudy, when we look at him on keep trade cut, he is currently right now as wide receiver 55, which absolutely isn't great over his last few little bit years of performance. But like we said, he is still 24.8 years old and now gets to go play with Deshaun Watson. What is Deshaun Watson going to look like in 2024? Still to be determined. But my man is still only 24.8 years old, so he hasn't even turned 25 yet. Still a ton of time for Jerry Jeudy to get into his prime, be in an offense where right now we're looking at this offense with Jerry Jeudy being the clear wide receiver 2 to Amari Cooper. So I really like his dynasty value overall right now. It's definitely going to get a little bit of a bump, but if you've been a Jerry Jeudy believer over the last few seasons, I would definitely be considering going to look into Jerry Jeudy because, of course, he does have that first round pedigree, but it necessarily hasn't turned out. I know a lot of people really love the profile of Jerry Jeudy, but like we said, from a fantasy points perspective, it necessarily hasn't turned out to make him the ultimate alpha. His rookie season, he had flashes, but I mean, he's been anywhere between 9.9, 8.5, 13.6, 8.9 fantasy points per game. So can this really help a situation? I think so. So I like Jerry Jeudy landing in the spot. I like it for the Browns offense as a whole. I love it a lot more for his dynasty value, but I don't know how much of a bump he's going to be getting over on KTC. Now, talking about Deshaun Watson is going to be coming back, being the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. And I hear you. You might not be a big Deshaun Watson fan because of what we saw last season, what we saw out of Joe Flacco, and we're like, crap, like if Deshaun Watson would have done what Joe Flacco would be, we'd be talking about him as a top 10 dynasty quarterback heading into 24. But that is not the case at all. So for me, when I'm looking at Deshaun Watson, I'm excited to see what they're putting around him with Amari Cooper. You're going to have Nick Chubb coming back off of injury. We'll see what they do in the running back. If Jerome Ford and Nick Chubb are the only two running backs. But now you add in Jerry Jeudy with Amari Cooper, with David Njoku and Elijah Moore, where you can slide Elijah Moore back into the slot, where that's where he played a lot of the time this year, but they definitely were lacking a true clear wide receiver number 2 option next to Amari Cooper, and Amari Cooper's getting older himself. So for me, if we're talking stocks down, big stock down for Elijah Moore, because now he just clearly got moved down the pecking order, didn't get to replicate what he did as a rookie for the Jets in his 3rd year with the Cleveland Browns. So we're looking at Jerry Jeudy as someone that you definitely need to be considering in your dynasty leagues. And then the next guy we're going to be talking a little bit about, David Njoku. Honestly, I think this helps more than anything because you're not going to be able to have as much attention because it was all the attention on Amari Cooper. David Njoku was the clear number 2 receiving option in this Cleveland Browns offense. So go, like I said, I think it's a good thing for David Njoku. If he loses any value off this move, then go pounce on some David Njoku on KTC. And like I said, Amari Cooper, I think this is a great buy for Amari Cooper. We saw him being a productive, older wide receiver that's always going to get devalued in the dynasty community because right now on KTC, he's wide receiver 38. So this might push him down into the wide receiver 40s, which is an absolute crazy range when you got guys like Cooper Kupp, Christian Watson, Terry McLaurin all going over Amari Cooper, when really Amari Cooper's situation is probably one of the best out of all of those 3. So go see what you can get for Amari Cooper. I absolutely love this move for the Cleveland Browns offense. I love this move for Jerry Jeudy. We'll have to see if he can capitalize on it because he hasn't capitalized on anything up to this point in his NFL career, but he does have that first round pedigree. So let me know down below. What do you think of this move? Are you going to be trying to trade for him? What do you think this does for the Cleveland Browns? What does this do for Jerry Jeudy's dynasty value? Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.